What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn here, welcoming you back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon news update video. Earlier today, we had a trailer drop, and it was chock full of some really good stuff, including but not limited to new Pokemon version exclusives and some new Z moves. So we're gonna jump right into this, and as I've been doing as of late, I'm actually on the Pokemon website because this way there's nothing lost in translation. You guys can follow along. It's good times. We get information, dex, entries, and what have you for new Pokemon. In fact, we're gonna go ahead and start off there with the new Pokemon. So if you guys want to watch the trailer, I'll link in the description. I'll link the English version. And it had some really good stuff. I watched both the English and the Japanese version. Japanese version, in my opinion, the music was infinitely better. I really enjoyed the way they laid that trailer out. But you guys can see we have these 4 Pokemon here. Now, of course, Rockruff's evolution isn't new. However, the details that were released today, I believe, are new. And I haven't discussed them on my channel yet. So I decided let's go ahead and go for this. So Lycanroc, or Lycanroc, I'm not sure how that's going to be pronounced. We'll find out when the game comes out, I suppose. But it's the Midnight form. It's the wolf Pokemon. Obviously, it has both the Keen Eye and Vital Spirit ability, so hot garbage, basically. Just hot garbage abilities. I'm not a huge fan of Keen Eye, and I'm not a huge fan of Vital Spirit, considering Delibird already has that. I don't need another Pokemon with Vital Spirit. So you guys can see we have this long entry here. We're going to go over it real quick. When Rockruff is bathed in an abundance of lunar energy, it evolves into its Midnight form. In the world of Pokemon Moon, Lunala's influence causes Rockruff to evolve into this form. So, version exclusive. This Pokemon is only found in Pokemon Moon. Now, this is great. I actually like this a lot. I like that there's version exclusives for the same Pokemon. As far as like, you have the basic and then the evolved forms are version exclusive. Never done that before. I think it's really unique, really cool, and it'll encourage some trading. I'm getting both versions anyway. And fortunately enough, because originally I said I was getting Moon, or I said I was gonna LP Moon, and then this guy came around, and I mean, that makes me happy because of his design, but everything else, I'll get into in a little bit. So, Midnight form, Lycanroc, provokes its opponents by pressing in hard and inviting their attack. When an opponent falls for this tactic and attacks, Lycanroc counters with its forte, a single devastating blow that finishes off its foe. So, the move counter. The stronger its opponent is, the more excited for battle Lycanroc becomes. It doesn't mind getting hurt if it means victory in battle. Battle thrills it so much that its eyes glow. Design-wise, I still love this Pokemon. So fantastic. It literally has the moon, like the moon head. I love it. Contempt arises in this Pokemon for trainers who give orders it doesn't agree with or who try to force it to battle. On the other hand, it will feel deep trust in a trainer who can truly draw forth its power in battle. Counter is a move that Rockruff can learn when it evolves into Midnight form Lycanroc. When Lycanroc takes physical damage from an opponent, it deals up. So it's just a move counter, so nothing crazy. So not too thrilled about that. However, the Midday form of Lycanroc, also the wolf Pokemon, really fantastic. It still has the Keen Eye ability, but it has Sand Rush. Infinitely better. Now, I'm hoping that both of these Pokemon get an even better well, Sand Rush is really good. I can't say even better, but get another really good hidden ability, especially the Midnight form. So I'm not gonna write that thing off completely yet, but the fact that its signature move is counter, like, come on. When Rockruff is bathed in profuse amounts of solar energy, it evolves into its Midday form. In the world of Pokemon Sun, Solgaleo's influence causes Rockruff to evolve into this form. Lycanroc lives solo in mountains. Yo, living solo, hey! And deserts, not creating a pack. Each has its own territory, and they live without interfering with one another, which helps to avoid unnecessary fights. Lycanroc obeys its trainer's orders dutifully. In particular, if a trainer accepted it during its more rebellious pre-evolution period, Lycanroc will never ever betray that trainer and will be the most loyal of partners. That's awesome. I've fallen in love more and more with the Midday form, not just from a competitive standpoint, but from actually, like, I want this Pokemon in my life. Like, in my real being. I'm desperate for a dog. You guys know this. Hopefully someday I will have a dog, but I want this dog right here. Whew. The Midday form, Lycanroc, is known for speedy movements that leave its opponents bewildered. It dodges opponents' strikes while attacking with sharp rocks of its mane as it slips right past them. Axel Rock is a move that only Midday, so it's exclusive. Axel Rock is exclusive to the Midday form Lycanroc, so no other rock type Pokemon are gonna get it, and of course Smeargle can have it as well, but that's not a move Smeargle would pack. It slams into an opponent with quick moves. This move is guaranteed to strike first. Guaranteed to strike first. Does that mean it's gonna be like extreme speed? I don't know if it's the same priority. That is insane. If it's going to be priority for extreme speed, that's +6. That's insane. But of course, you guys can see this Pokemon is fantastic. Having Sand Rush makes it extremely viable. Having priority rock type move also makes it viable. Depending on its stat distribution, I could see this thing actually sneaking into OU. I mean, it would perform best in OU regardless. Honestly, because being able to pair it with T-Tar, I mean, granted, that's 2 rock type Pokemon, you'd think that stinks, but I'd be fine with it. Actually, pair it with Hippowdon and UU. Let me go. Actually, well, but Yu doesn't allow weather. Let's calm down. Well, doesn't allow abilities for weather. Actually, no, it just doesn't allow drizzle and drown. Sandstream's still okay. Put this thing in Yu. Let's do it. I could be wrong about that. Let me know in the comment section below. Whoa. Did you guys just hear that? Broken AC unit aside, let's jump into the 2 brand new Pokemon that were revealed in today's trailer. Now, we're going to start with Yu. And I have some things to say about Passimian. Passimian, the teamwork Pokemon, fighting 6'7", 5 inches taller than me, but I weigh less than it. That makes sense. Passimian is a Pokemon that only appears in Pokemon Sun, version exclusive to Pokemon Sun only. If you're playing Pokemon Moon, you can obtain it by trading with yourself if you bought both copies, or with a friend. Passimian live in troops of 20 to 30 individuals, all following a leader. The leader will take 10 of the individuals in the best condition to search for food. The troops' teamwork is strong, and the boss of each troop decides what mark members will wear on their arms to distinguish the troops. The boss puts the troop members through training to improve their coordination with one another and their skill in handling berries. Apparently, this training is so hard that some Passimian end up running away. Lobbing berries at foes is how Passimian attacks. They sometimes, it's gonna have fling, they sometimes work in coordination with others, passing berries back and forth to bewilder their opponents. Passimian don't just pitch hard berries at opponents either. They also have a technique that uses soft berries to obscure their opponent's ability to see. Passimian wants its trainer to have the qualities of a leader. It watches a trainer's form closely when he or she throws Pokeballs, and will not listen to the orders of a trainer with poor form. Passimian has a new ability, Receiver, which no Pokemon has previously had. With the Receiver ability, this Pokemon can inherit the ability of an ally which faints in battle. So if you watch the trailer, you see that if the Pokemon next to you, for example, let's have fun with this. If your team looks like Shedinja and Passimian, and someone knocks out Wonder Guard Shedinja, Passimian will pick up Wonder Guard, and now will only be weak to Flying and Psychic. Really, really cool. There's definitely some fun things you can do with that. You can hand this thing off. You can give this thing Speed Boost. It's basically like a built-in skill swap. So, is it good? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out how it plays out in the meta. I think it's interesting no matter what. It is both these 2 apes that were introduced, completely interesting. So something I really want to take note of really quick. In the description, I'm gonna link Shofu's Chinese links video because he's the one person that I remember watching it about, watching the Chinese links. In the Chinese links, they've mentioned so many things. They've mentioned a werewolf Rockruff evolution. They've mentioned how Z stones are kind of like Mega Stones, but not exactly. What's been confirmed today that they mentioned is a rugby monkey, and that's exactly what this is. This is literally a rugby monkey. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna say the Chinese leaks are confirmed, but either Pokemon is toying with us, found those leaks, and those all sound like good ideas, or they are real. So we're gonna find out, of course, as the months go on. We only have 2 months left till Sun and Moon comes out, less than 2 months actually. Oh my gosh, but if those leaks are real and you check out that video, you're gonna be spoiled by a lot of things. They actually show the final evolutions of the starters, and I'm a little bit torn. If those are real, I think that's great because the designs are solid. I love all the designs of those starters. But if they're real, I'm also disappointed because there's no surprise. And I love official leaked surprises or what have you. So we'll see what happens. They also mentioned like a dolphin Pokemon that's gonna come out. What else? And if it's a dolphin Pokemon, I'm gonna go ahead and think that maybe the 3rd trio, the Eclipse Pokemon, is going to be a dolphin because it embodies the sea, which is part of like the land, and then it deals with the moon, which is so a little bit of I don't know what that has to do with anything. But okay, so the next Pokemon, now this Pokemon I'm super excited for, Oranguru, like orangutan, Oranguru. It's the Sage Pokemon. It has the abilities Inner Focus and Telepathy. Now telepathy is really good with this Pokemon, and here's why. We're gonna find out as we read the end of this. Oranguru is a Pokemon that appears only in Pokemon Moon. Oranguru lives solitary, lives deep in the forest. Wow, Pokemon Company, please. I'm trying to use your website, trying to promote it, even though you hate me. Come on, get the grammar right. Oranguru lives deep in the forest solitary. Nope. And do not usually take much action. Instead, they position themselves high up in the trees to meditate. Long ago, people thought the Oranguru were humans who dwelled in forest depths, so they called them the people of the forest. Oranguru is kind to the other Pokemon living in the forest, providing medicine for injured and Pokemon and food for the hungry. Oranguru sometimes act on their own initiative and will use items that only humans normally use. From a trainer's perspective, they can be hard Pokemon to handle at times. Allegedly, there have been sightings of Oranguru using Pokeballs. Wow, trying to capture the Pokemon, that is insane. The fan-like objects held by Oranguru are handmade by the Oranguru themselves. These fans appear to be made of layers of leaves bound together with Oranguru's own fur. That's really cool. The Instruct is a move that only Oranguru can learn. It can make the selected target use its most recent move again immediately. Now, here's what's crazy. So this, first of all, this Pokemon's typing is normal Psychic. And before everyone's like, oh my gosh, best typing in the world, Girafarig. But it is a really, really good typing. What is it weak to, guys? You tell me what normal Psychic is weak to. It's weak to Dark. That's it. I believe it's only weak to Dark. It's weak, not, fighting becomes becomes neutral, because normal is weak to it and fighting can resist this. Normal is immune to Ghost, so it doesn't have that weakness anymore. And Psychic is only weak to Ghost. Oh, nope, it's weak to Bug and Dark. So it's weak to 2 things. And granted, those 2 things with Knockoff and U-Turn being moves, this thing might not be the best. And this thing is really gonna be a doubles Pokemon for sure, because Instruct is literally its bread and butter. If you watch the trailer, it's really cool. You can use Surf, Telepathy makes you misses you, hits 2 Pokemon, Instruct, you Surf again. So you get to use a busted Pokemon. It's like having 2 of 1 Pokemon, essentially. It's like having Transform, but not, if that makes any sense. For example, if you have Mega Kangaskhan and Oranguru on the field, Mega Kangaskhan goes for Double Edge, knocks out 1 Pokemon. Then Oranguru goes Instruct, Double Edge, knock out the other Pokemon. It's better than having 2 of 1 Pokemon. I don't know. It's really interesting no matter what. I really like it. It's normal Psychic. Ability Telepathy is what people are going to use in doubles, Inner Focus for singles, I would think. Obviously, we never use Telepathy for singles. And then maybe it'll have a hidden ability that'll make it really strong in singles. I don't know. I love the design of this Pokemon. I love the design of the other ape as well. They're both fantastic. I have to say that. The design for all the Pokemon revealed today, or the 2 Pokemon that revealed today, and then of course we already had Rockruff's evolution. They're fantastic. They look like Pokemon. They feel like Pokemon. They feel like they belong in the Alola region. So I could not be more thrilled with that. Like if we go to Alolan, we'll see that we'll just have, these are all the Alolan forms, Legendary, the 2 Legendary, Starter, the 3 Starter. I love how there's space for 1 more. That really triggers me. That really triggers me. Look at this. Look at this. Why is that not centered? Like, look, these are centered, which is really interesting because they're gonna technically be more Legendary. You know there's gonna be more Legendary. This, they have it nice and neat. They have it nice and neat. This, 1, 2, 3, blank. Why, Pokemon? We know there's only 3 starters. I don't know. Can you guys fix that too, please? Don't play games with me. Don't play games. Unless it's because they're gonna have branched evolutions. I don't know. Okay, so we covered the Pokemon. We're gonna go ahead and really quickly go over the other things that were revealed in this trailer. So, dress for success with Alola fashion. So there are ridiculous, I'm not gonna go through all of them, but something I really wanted to say is that they've increased the amount of customization you have. Colorful clothing. You can dye your clothes. Now, I'm a huge fan of MMOs, and like Guild Wars and World of Warcraft, you would buy dyes. They were very expensive. Now you can dye your clothes whatever you want. The possibilities are endless, and I actually really like this. If you watch the trailer, I highly advise you do, as I keep saying. It's really cool seeing you change your hair and your clothes and everything. It just feels so personal. I love it so much. Now we have Pokemon Refresh. This is interesting to me because brush the dirt from Alolan Vulpix. Cure Spearo's poisoning. Oh. Release Eevee from paralysis. Pokemon love Pokebeans. Pikachu is delighted to be petted. So this is actually better than I thought. Because I was coming in here and just be like, what is this, just a reskinned amino? Like, is that what it is? But you can actually heal status conditions. Now they did it. They're forcing us to use Pokemon Amino. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. But I'm actually kind of excited for it. Since there's an actual reason, I'm gonna keep my Vulpix so clean. I actually think I'm gonna use this. Oh my gosh, because you can just, look at this, because you get this item, I'm guessing, and then you can use it to, it's the same item for paralysis and poisoning. You see that right there. So, you don't have to waste money on antidotes and what have you, which kind of makes the game easier, quote unquote, but it's fine. This game is clearly gonna be, I mean, Pokemon has just been a cakewalk for the past 2 games anyway, so it's fine. That's really cool. I like that it's actually for, this is why I like going to the website, guys. This is exactly why I like going to the website, because I never would have known that otherwise. That is so cool. Wow, I like that a lot. Oh, that gets you excited. Okay, so now for some bad news. So are Pokemon in the updated Pokemon Bank. So of course, use the Pokemon Transporter to transport from Pokemon Blue, Red, and Yellow on your Virtual Console into Pokemon Bank. Pokemon X and Y Oris, Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, using the Transporter, of course, go over here. Into Pokemon Bank, store up to 3,000 Pokemon. However, this is not going to be until January 2017. Sun and Moon will not be compatible with Pokemon Bank till 2017, which means the first month will just be all pure Sun and Moon. And bittersweet for sure, but I'm kind of excited for it because I remember in X and Y when we didn't have Bank and I just had to grind through and use the Pokemon that I had. It was kind of a lot of fun. But what's really cool I believe, yes, look at this. A new National Dex feature is coming to help you check out the particulars of the Pokemon you've deposited. When Pokemon Bank is updated to support Pokemon Sun and Moon, it will also gain a new Pokedex feature. The application will read your saved data from any games you connect with it, collecting information about Pokemon you've caught so you can check it. Using this Pokedex feature in Pokemon Bank, you'll be able to see this information even about Pokemon that don't appear in the Alola region. The games that can connect with the Pokedex function are Sun, Moon, Omega Ruby, Sapphire, X, and Y. So not any transporter. It has to go directly through Pokemon Bank. So of course, service fee, $4.99 for every 365 days. Of course, we're all going to be paying that extra $5. Transport is also going to be updated just so it can use Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. If you use Pokemon Transporter to move from Virtual Console's Red, Blue, Yellow Special Pikachu Edition, they can only be sent to Pokemon Sun and Moon. They cannot be sent to Omega Ruby, Alpha, Sapphire. The Pokemon moved to Pokemon Bank using Pokemon Transporter can't be returned to the Virtual Console versions of the Pokemon or to Pokemon Black 2. Okay, so yeah, once you transfer them with the Transporter, they are gone forever from those games. Okay. And that's pretty much it. So the bad news is that it's delayed. The good news is that it's delayed. I don't know. Let me know what your guys' thoughts in the comment section below about the delay. I think it's kind of interesting. So Pokemon exclusive Z moves revealed. And if you guys have to watch the trailer for this. But there's Catastrophica, which is basically Pikachu borrows its trainer strength, wraps himself in extra high voltage electric power, and charges from the sky down on the opponent. It looks fantastic. And then Extreme Evo Boost is awesome because he squads up, calls all the evolutions, and gains +2 in each stat. Attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed by 2. That makes adaptability Eevee like viable out. It can't be PU anymore. Like, well, with the stone, it can't be PU. Actually, I don't even know if Eevee is PU or if it's just Little Cup. I'm not sure. Either way, this thing is a monster now. Well, not a monster, but it's gonna be pretty strong. It's gonna be pretty strong. So that was everything revealed in the trailer. I wanted to go over it in depth with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Join the discussion in the comment section down below. I really encourage you guys. And of course, if you want to subscribe so you don't miss any more Sun and Moon news or any of the Pokemon content we're bringing to you, be sure to do that. I would appreciate it greatly. I love you so much, but I'm gonna get the hashtag out of here. Have yourselves a good day. But above all else, keep it